Good morning. We find ourselves at the midpoint of the 6th week of the Easter season. And this next Sunday will be the celebration for most of the dioceses in the United States of the Solemnity of the Ascension of the Lord. Now, some people wonder why instead of on Ascension Thursday, as it was commonly referred to, why was this holy day of obligation moved to the following Sunday? Well, for the same reason that some of us who are a little bit older would remember, the Solemnity of Corpus Christi used to be celebrated on the Thursday after Pentecost Sunday, but that too then was moved to the first Sunday of the month of June, remaining, of course, a solemnity because it is Sunday. And the reasoning for that is the same reasoning that was used when the Solemnity of the Ascension was moved from Thursday to the 7th Sunday of the Easter season. And the reasoning is that given the changes in society and the work schedules and all that is taking place, fewer and fewer people were finding it possible to get to Mass on those holy days of obligation, since they were celebrated on a weekday. And so out of concern that more and more people would be able to celebrate these two holy days of obligation, the bishops of the United States petitioned the Holy See, and the petition was granted, to move the observance from Thursday to the following Sunday. With regard to Ascension, the Solemnity of the Ascension, however, the Holy See left it to the various provinces of dioceses in the United States. For instance, in our province, we are the province of St. Paul and Minneapolis, and so the 6 dioceses in Minnesota, the 2 in North Dakota, and the 2 in South Dakota make up that province. The Holy See said that instead of individual dioceses either keeping or moving the Solemnity of the Ascension to a Sunday, the provinces would decide that, and then until the province would again decide differently and get the approval of the Holy See, that's when the Ascension would be celebrated. And so this coming Sunday, instead of celebrating it as the 7th Sunday of the Easter season, all of us in the Diocese of Bismarck and in the province of St. Paul and Minneapolis will celebrate the Solemnity of the Ascension of the Lord. And of course, our attention should be focused on that rather than those logistical things. And of course, we all understand what we celebrate on that beautiful solemnity, that after the 40 days of Jesus remaining with his apostles and other disciples and his Blessed Mother, after his resurrection from the dead, he returned to the Father with the promise that he would send the Holy Spirit to confirm the faith of them all, and he promised that he would remain with all of us, his church, until the end of time. And so the Solemnity of the Ascension is a beautiful feast, and one which should give us a much stronger faith and certainly renew us in our hope that if we are faithful, as those apostles and disciples were faithful to Christ, we have the sure and certain hope at the moment of death of seeing him face to face and joining him for all eternity in heaven. And so it's a beautiful feast. It's part of the tenets of our faith, and it's something that all of us should not just rejoice in, but in celebrating the solemnity of the Ascension, we need to rededicate ourselves to our own fidelity to Christ and His Church in our earthly lives, so that we too, at that moment of death when He calls us back to Himself, are able to be with Him for all eternity in heaven. May you enjoy these last few days of our Easter season, and may we all celebrate with great joy and thanksgiving the solemnity of the Ascension of the Lord.